Hello, this is Arturelia Film Room Reviews. I'm Arturo, and today I'll be reviewing... So I just saw Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie, today, as of this recording. And what do I think about it? This film has exceeded so much from the past trailer we had with that horrific Sonic. And does it live up to its expectation? Well, a lot of people think it wasn't going to be that great, but hey, what do I think of it? Is it great? Is it worth it? Is it another good adaptation of the video game series like Pokemon? That's why you're here. Today I'm going to be reviewing Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie. Let's go. So basically the story is Sonic, while just a little boy, has these powers, abilities, what Sonic has. If you played the game, you already know, blah, 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 blah. Except in his world, people are, or these creatures are after him, or just the bad guys in general, are after him. And this owl who adopted him had to send him to another world to be protected, or to stay safe from, these other beings in his world. So now he's in our world, 10 years after the fact. He is basically bored and, well, he just goes around doing whatnot, but he doesn't have a friend. You meet the cop, who is the sheriff of Green Hills, and, well, yeah, tries to do his best to protect the town, or at least help people and animals, and does weird stuff like talk to donuts. And his girlfriend is, or wife, I guess you could say, she's there and she supports him. He ends up, though, wanting to be more of a police officer on the street, and he gets this message from San Francisco, I guess the police department or something like that, that he can be transferred there. However, though, Sonic, who has been to Green Hills for 10 years, has watched him and his girlfriend through, a while. And just everybody there at the town. But then, while he realizes he's so bored, he causes a phenomenon to happen which ends up bringing both the government involved, the military, and on top of that, the villain that we all know, Dr. Robotnik. And soon, the main guy, the sheriff, will end up running into Sonic, and then the story basically starts from there. And I'm not going to get into any more details than that, except that he's trying to get home since humans had spotted him, and now he's got to try to jump to a new planet to stay safe, or a new world. Overall, the story was good. Just a nice, I will say it was an entertaining ride, just like Pokemon Detective Pikachu. I will say some things about it with what the characters did, or the military, or, they're more, the military is pretty serious, but I will say some lines and some stuff were a bit cheesy, childish. I mean, don't get me wrong, this is a kid's film, but I do think it was a little bit too cheesy. But anyways, back to subject. Yeah, all in all, the characters are, the side characters, or at least the main guy that's with Sonic, he's, fine. He has motives to do what he does and help protect, his town and just animals. He's an animal lover, just like his wife or girlfriend. However, though, the interaction between him and Sonic was pretty quick, with just hopping the gun and going on this adventure. It was a bit too quick, but a little bit of an issue there, and besides the cheesy lines and childish stuff. But anyways, the film looks really good, and Sonic looks good. I can give the company thumbs up for listening to the fans and actually fixing him up. They did a great job. So there's not really much else to say. I mean, the film looks good, and, all the effects are nice. They captured Sonic well, his world as well, even though it was pretty quick at the beginning. And on top of that, even Dr. Robotnik, the actor Jim Carrey, did a good job. I mean, yeah, Jim Carrey's, that goofy type, but he fit the character perfectly. Obviously he was pretty funny with how he was acting. But yeah, the film looked good. I didn't really see any issues with editing. Everything looked spot on. And as for my enjoyment, while I noticed a bit of the, childish, cheesy lines, overall it was a pretty decent film. So this film has done really well and is a really good adaptation of Sonic the Hedgehog. Hey, hey, hey! I really enjoyed it. Sonic talks a lot in this film. And yeah, it was really good. I really liked it. I really enjoyed it, just like Pokemon Detective Pikachu. Just as good as Pokemon Detective Pikachu. And what I really liked that this film did with presentation was the fact that in the opening, it showed all of Sega's video games that came out, from obviously Sonic, Shenmue, Valkyria Chronicles, and many other games that came out. I really liked that it showed all those games, especially the ones that I like Valkyria Chronicles. I feel like that game is underrated, or that series is underrated. And Shenmue is another one, and onward. I really liked how they did that. It was so awesome. I really liked that. Well, Sonic the Hedgehog. Well, it has some of those stuff that I mentioned that were kind of like, but overall, I loved it. I really liked the fact that they did a good job with Sonic, and another good representation of video games. Great adaptation into a film. Jim Carrey did a good job. And the guy that did Sonic also did a good job. The voice actor. Not the same voice actor from the games. A different guy. I will definitely give this a 7.5 out of 10. I think it is definitely worth a watch. As for my recommendation, obviously there's Detective Pikachu. And I know there's been other video game adaptations of films, though people have mostly forgotten about those because they weren't that well done, I guess you could say. But I could point to The Witcher, the Netflix show, even though that's just show. But I heard it's really good and it's a good adaptation. Well, this is Arturelia Film Room Reviews, signing off.